Okay, welcome back. We took a little break from our divisional series because there was so much NFL news and stuff we wanted to talk about. And we were like, let's talk about the Max Crosby trade. Better than that, let's talk about the AFC West with our friend Dylan. Let's welcome Dylan on the pod. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. It's an honor to be here. It's just great to talk sports with my two friends, and
Yeah,
specifically after with everything that's gone on, I'm so excited to chat, especially about the AFC West. We got some crazy moves that have happened, and it's going to be an exciting year, I think.
I know.
Not so exciting so far for my Broncos, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Plenty of time left. No, what a week
Oh
to
yeah,
talk ball. Lot going
I
on
know.
around the league.
Truly.
Because you forget every year how fast it happens. The past is the past. It is now
It
time for
is
the
no
future,
more.
baby.
Yeah. No, it's exciting.
So Dylan, we're gonna start off with a little warm-up game for you called
Let's do it.
This or That Bo Nix edition. So I'm gonna say,
Ooh.
yeah. So I'm gonna say
Okay,
a
I'm ready.
quarterback,
I'm ready.
and you're
Okay.
gonna just quickly be like Bo Nix versus if that's who you want, you go Bo Nix. If not, go the other
Okay.
one. If you have any
Okay.
major thoughts, tell them. But it's like speed round. Okay.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to stick to your guy. We won't be
Yeah.
mad.
Oh no, I'll try to be as impartial as I can, but Bo's the man, so
Yeah.
it might be hard. So let's hear it. Let's hear it.
We're gonna start with a few softballs. Bryce Young,
God, come on, Bo Nix.
Michael Penix,
It's the tough one, Bo Nix.
JJ McCarthy.
Oh yeah, God, he's a handsome devil. He wears the number 9 well, but there's a guy wearing the number 10 who's a little better. His name is Bo Nix, I think.
Yeah, okay, let's get those shitheads out of the way.
Come on.
CJ Stroud.
Oh man, after this season, it's Bo Nix all day, baby. CJ
Okay.
Stroud is old news.
Yeah.
Let's go Jordan Love.
I was unimpressed this year. Bo Nix. Bo
Wow.
Nix. Bo
Okay,
Nix.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to overstep my boundaries. Like I want to give respect to the fucking Bo Nix. What are you doing, Bo Nix? Don't
I
play
don't
around with
disagree
me.
at this point. Yeah.
Don't play around. Come
Okay,
on.
okay. Justin Herbert.
He has a really, he's living a good life right now. Madison Beer, like kudos to Justin Herbert, but Bo Nix is a man of God, and he puts God first. So I'm gonna have to go with my good old friend Bo Nix.
I mean, if we're talking playoff games, I am with you there. Let's get into some of his draft
Not
class.
crazy.
Yeah, not crazy. A little crazy. Let's get into
Little
some of
crazy.
his draft
A
class.
little crazy. A
Okay.
little crazy. Okay.
Caleb
Okay.
Williams. Iceman Caleb Williams.
What a year for the Chicago Bears. He is a great player, and he is still not as good as Bo Nix. I will put him number 2 in the class. I will say. I will
Tuna
put
Bo
him above-
Nix.
No. I will put Bo at 1, Caleb at 2 in the
Wow.
class.
Wow.
I will say.
How many? They've been
um,
to many Super Bowls, the two of them, right?
I don't think we should talk about that. If
Yeah,
we want to talk
yeah.
about that class and Super Bowls, I don't think we should bring up Drake May's stats right now.
He's
I
been
don't
to
want to
one.
depress you.
Been to one.
Yeah, but the stats in the bowl, in the playoffs.
Oh, the stats are fine. The eye test I'd give you, maybe.
I mean, if you're making a Bo Nix argument, I don't think stats is your friend.
Who leads his class in touchdowns and who has
all right, we'll get there. We'll get
Get there,
there.
we'll
Okay,
get. Okay, ready?
Okay, okay.
Jaden Daniels.
He had a great breakout year, but I'm gonna ride or die with Bo Nix until you
That's
give
fair.
me somebody
That's
who
fair.
I actually believe is. I think he's proved in these 2 years that in this class he's number 1. I think Drake and
Wow.
Caleb can battle it out for second. I think there's such a strong QB class, but
How
I
did he
have
prove
to.
that over Drake?
So yeah,
I
let's go
think-
Drake
I
May.
think-
Drake
I-
May or Bo Nix.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think Drake May is a handsome devil. I think he's
Yeah.
a handsome devil, really. I think what a believer in God also. He has been dating his high school sweetheart. Like that's good kudos, man.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
Bo Nix, what a guy. What a guy. Bo Nix, just a stand-up gentleman.
Well, it's not
And
who's a
the
better
coach
guy,
quarterback.
unfortunately.
I think we're talking about, in an all-around quarterback, I want a stand-up guy on top of an absolute baller. So yeah, we're gonna go Bo Nix. We're gonna go
Okay.
Bo Nix.
Okay.
Let's do the big four, and let's
Okay.
see how truly irrational you are.
No. I think I've been very rational up to this point. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay,
Let's hear it.
okay. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is better than Bo Nix. I'll give it to you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
See, I have
a
standards.
safe take.
Well, I think we'll okay. Let's hear it.
This one, I actually am open to argument. Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Lamar, come on.
Yeah.
If you've got MVPs, I think you're better than Bo Nix. I mean, my Pookie Bo Nix is going to be up there pretty soon, but I think that we'll give it to Jamar. I mean Lamar. Sorry, we'll give it to Lamar right now.
Yeah.
Josh.
I'll be courteous.
With it.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen's better than Bo Nix.
Patrick
I'll take Josh
Mahomes.
Allen. And I'll take Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
I think
We're on Earth.
I think here's the thing.
We're on Earth.
I think Bo Nix is
I don't think we are.
I think Bo Nix is safely a top 5 quarterback in this league. Should have been top 5 in MVP, but it's fine. I'll let it go.
Yeah.
Well, at least we'll get some rage bait clicks. We'll tag at Drake
Yeah, that's
Mayover.
true. That is true. Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I truly do believe. Okay, maybe some of these are outrageous. Yeah, sure. But I truly
Honestly,
believe
the
Bo
only
Nix
two I think
is
were
top 10.
outrageous was Caleb and Drake. I think
too.
Bo is 3 in that class.
Yes.
I think that's a fair assessment, but when you look at total wins in the first 2 seasons, you look at total touchdowns. Granted, there have been some bad decision making, but I'm going to put more of that blame on Peyton, man.
Wow.
Like every day of the week, I think that it is a play caller's job, and the rift between them is really weird. And I don't actually think that Sean Payton is the coach to put Bo Nix in his best situation. I think we're seeing a very good version of Bo Nix. I think with a better coach, we have an even better version, a stronger version. I think a more consistent and decisive. I think that there's just like weird play calls that lead to bad decisions, and that's something I was worried about this year. And he still, through all of what could have been a sophomore slump year, I think he was far and away a top 10 quarterback in my book, which I know metrics and lots of data goes into whatever, but I mean he's up there in my book at least.
What I'd say to that is I'd give Sean Payton a lot of credit. Like, I don't know if Bo Nix is a first rounder if Sean Payton doesn't draft him. Like, he's top maybe in the late 20s or something, but like he could have been a second round quarterback. I think that confidence, that belief has just like could really help push Bo Nix to be at that level with having that guy behind him. Like, I don't know.
But I would argue, I mean, JJ with an even better quarterback coach is struggling, and on a team that was arguably so much better 2 years ago. I mean, look at the Vikings.
That's true. Your
2 years
offense,
ago,
you
3
don't
years
have
ago.
many.
We have nothing. That's actually something I'll bring up later with the Broncos. But like we led the leagues in drops this season. I mean, our wide receivers are so inconsistent. And I mean, we have Cortland Sutton. We have we have some good young guys. I love Lil Jordan Humphrey. I love Troy Franklin. Like I love Marvin Mims. Like, we have good guys, but they're young and they're not like top of the league receivers. So that's another thing you got to remember is like Bo is doing a lot of hard and heavy lifting. And I guess you can also shout out Sean Payton in some ways, but like I think our offense is so passive right now. I don't want to take up too much of this. I want to get into it later.
We'll get into the depths of it. Don't you worry.
I just want to ask, so is your ranking for that QB class Bo and then some combination of Caleb Drake at 2-3?
Yeah, I think I honestly, I obviously was hyping up my boy Bo. A little bit irrationally. Sorry, I got a little emotional. It's just he's such a handsome fellow. It's just like I think though that the three of them are battling it out for the one spot right now. I think because of partially personal bias, but also just total wins and touchdowns, I gotta put Bo first. And I know you could argue, and I think you could argue for all three of them for first place in incredibly well. All of them have a case, and I think for me it's just Bo. I think Bo, Caleb, Drake, and I know he made a Super Bowl. I think he's good, but I think he was exposed. I think he was exposed in the fucking Super Bowl, and I think he was exposed as a. I think he was exposed as a a schedule merchant. I think
But like,
he
what was?
Wow.
bought.
I
I think
thought. I mean, I feel like Bo Nix' health was exposed. Like, I mean, we'll get there, but like, I would rather like. I mean, he played every game and won 17 of them this season. Like,
I will
sure.
say,
Bo
And
Nix
Bo
is in the
Nix
hospital.
won
I don't know.
what? Bo Nix won how many games? 15, 16
Yeah,
games?
yeah.
I mean, I will say, Dylan, I would cool it on the schedule talk because the Patriots had the easiest schedule in the last 30 years. You know who had the second easiest schedule in the last 30 years?
Let's hear
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I would just cool it a
Yep,
little
sure.
on the schedule talk, but I'm with you. I mean, not
Sure.
not with anything you said, but I got you.
I think we had stronger opponents throughout the season. I think we still beat the reigning Super Bowl champions. I think we still beat a very strong Green Bay team that
Twice.
was injured. And I mean, I think that here's the thing, and we handled our business with the Chiefs when they were still pretty full strength. I think that, I mean, and we even lost two very close games to the Colts and the Chargers. There's a very reasonable chance that we go 16-1 in that season. If I mean, it's that's lots of hearsay, but also I mean we'll get into it later, but like we did struggle a lot. I'm not gonna pretend that we didn't get a lot of fucking luck in this season. Like we got really lucky, and I think that's just a part of football. And I guess in a
Yeah.
way to defend the Patriots and their easy schedule, you had the games that were given to you, and you still went and won them. So I mean, as much as I will still say Drake May is a schedule merchant, 4 wins last year, or 2 years ago, I guess now. But yes, he did win 17 games, and
Well, I
then
mean,
got his ass handed to him. So
that's what I would say. I don't think you can look at the stat line of those three first 2 years because, like, I feel
sure, oh
like it
sure,
doesn't throw away the. It was Gerard Mayo. He didn't start till week 6. It was like I do think
Caleb
that's
had a
fair.
that
bad
That's
coach
fair.
too.
we had
Caleb had a
nothing. We
terrible
spent
first season.
300 million to get guys around.
Sure.
Like the first year is just so different. But like if we look at this last year, we know who number one is. But we don't have to do that
Sure.
right now.
Yeah,
Sure,
boys,
sure,
boys.
sure.
Let's do a really quick, like 2 minutes before we get into the AFC West. Kyler Murray breaking
Oh,
news
yeah.
today, signed with the Vikings. Dylan, what's your take right off the bat?
I am actually so excited for this pairing. I don't know. I think Kevin O'Connell has shown that he can take any quarterback far. I mean, he rebirthed Sam Darnold.
And Kirk Cousins.
And Kirk Cousins. Like these are two guys that like I mean, Kirk was Kirk had a good, beginning of his career, but then, like, I mean, you look at him on the Vikings and that's his prime. I mean, Sam Darnold starts to cook under him. Like, I will say, I think this is like JJ is a failed experiment. And I think that Murray is proven in this league. I think he has issues, but I guess I'm more worried about will he be able to connect with Jay Jettis and will he be able to be mobile? I don't know if that O line's going to be able to. I'm just worried that he's going to be pressured in the pocket a lot and will make bad decisions. But we'll see if he and JJ can be a good pairing. Then that's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting, man.
I agree for the most part. I think I've been saying Kyler's going to be the best free agent quarterback I think that was available, and I think it's going to be kind of like what were the Cardinals doing? Like I think it
Yeah,
might look like that. I think Jonathan Gannon was maybe that bad there for 3 years, and like this, it
totally.
might just be like, oh my God, like kind of like Baker going to the Bucks, where it's like,
Yeah,
oh, like
100%.
whoa. I hope that's what we see. I think it's possible. I mean, he set the market 5 years ago. Kyler, he was
Yeah.
Yeah,
supposed to be
he's
amazing.
supposed to be the guy. Yeah,
And maybe that's going to be a trend is truly these 27, 8-year-olds like hitting their stride all of a sudden. So I'm excited about it. I think it's the
yeah.
best fit possible.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I mean, not everyone gets Andy Reid or Sean Payton their first year, and I think it's going to be good for fantasy. I think Kevin
Oh, it's
O'Connell's
gonna be
going to.
fun.
Yeah, Kevin
Yeah.
O'Connell's going to use Kyler's legs. I was thinking that if JJ was the quarterback, like Justin Jefferson is like late second round pick. Now it's like, oh, he'll be back up to like top 5 receiver.
Oh
I
yeah.
still just worry with. I don't know. He's such a mobile quarterback, but I feel like he has issues specifically like downfield. I mean, it's all about I think it's all about coaching and play calling still. And like can they just utilize his speed and JJ, collectively and put it into some good plays. I'm just like it could either be really good or it'll be, they could be a totally, 9-8 team again. I think it'll be close.
I don't know if it translates to wins, but I think it'll translate to fantasy points.
Oh, 100%. I can't wait
Yeah,
to draft it
I
for real.
agree. Yeah.
Cole, let's get into our AFC West thing. You are the only one here who's not a diehard AFC West fan, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get the Chargers and the Raiders. Hit us whichever one you want to start.
I think I'm gonna start with the Chargers.
Love it.
Start there.
Perfect.
Yeah, enjoy, audience. This is gonna be nice and refreshing. You're about to get cogent, pure sports analysis for the next 10 minutes, and enjoy it because it's gonna get real emotional here. It's gonna be a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, baby. No stats needed for me. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I had a feeling. Okay.
I got stats.
Okay.
I have straight up vibes and a few stats, but
So I got some questions for the Chargers. It's an interesting season. AFC West, one of the most interesting divisions in football and one of the best. So I'm excited. I think the biggest thing everyone's talking about is Mike McDaniel, right? So my question is, will Mike McDaniel finally make Justin Herbert the MVP he's supposed to be? One thing that I found super interesting about Justin Herbert, he's kind of a media darling, right? He's this great quarterback in the league. And here we are. We're super excited. He has Mike McDaniel coming in. Yes. If you go back to the start of his college career, he's had 8 coordinators in 10 years.
That's like
So at the
Jalen Hurts.
same time, I'm excited
Seriously.
about Mike McDaniel. I'm like, here we are, year 7 of Justin Herbert. He has to learn a new system. It's a new coordinator he's never worked with before. I think he could make him the MVP, or it's like the classic Chargers, where if for year 1 he's struggling to learn the system, or like it's not perfect yet. They just drop a couple games they should win, barely miss the playoffs.
yeah.
My Chargers take is I think they're the team in the AFC West most likely to make the playoffs, but not most likely to win the division. I think the Chargers
Yeah.
are the team most likely to win 10 or 11 games and be a first-round exit. I will be picking Justin Herbert as my preseason MVP pick because of Mike McDaniel and the numbers he's able to put up with quarterbacks. Like, he's actually as a competent quarterback now, not Tua. But I don't think besides that the Chargers change that much from our expectations.
Yeah, I think that for me at least, I think what is different about their offense on a player sense, right? I agree that McDaniel is the perfect coordinator for Herbert. And I think that he can really turn him into an MVP, but I just wonder about like who is he throwing to, right? I mean, Quentin Johnson is he's one of the best droppers in the league. He'll pop off for, to bring up fantasy again. I had him last year. He would pop off for 30 points and then put up 2 weeks of zeros. Like, if you're going to, I have more questions about who he's throwing to. I like their new tight end. I like Gadsden a lot, and they got a really good running back team. Like, they could be great with Hampton and Vidal, and like they could be great moving the ball that way. I just worry about Herbert. And is he going to have the protection also? Because that was the big thing. He's getting beat up. He's getting beat up in the pocket.
You sound like the media now.
You're hitting all my talking points, Dylan. It's perfect.
Oh, sorry.
that's
No,
perfect.
it's,
Feel it, but that's what
I agree. Yeah.
Justin Herbert MVP, I need to see supporting evidence in free agency, and I haven't seen that so far.
Yeah.
I think that they've done nothing.
Lad is good. They just
That's
don't
true.
use him enough.
All right, we're going to get there. You guys are ahead of me. All right.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, that leads me to the O-line, which is, are they actually going to come back healthy? You have Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt both coming back, right? If they're back, like, I'm not worried about the O-line at all, but you never know if guys are just different after an injury. So that's on the board, but
Yep.
like they're both going to be healthy for the season.
The Chargers are the only team where when somebody gets injured, the media is like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Yes, but I do think Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt are huge. Like those are two. That's like where most of their money on offense is, low key. Talk about some of their pass catchers. Like it's in those two guys, and they didn't have both of them. And they just added guard Cole Strange, who was a first-round pick for the Patriots, but he's mid to bad at best. Only depth for them.
Every Justin Herbert argument is really just a Joe Alt MVP argument. Like, it just is.
It's true. No, I think I'm curious to see how they draft also, because I think picking up guys like Cole Strange, I mean, that's the thing. It's just like you need depth. I think the depth is so important on the O-line, especially with a guy like Herbert. Just because, I mean, the hand injuries, I feel like it's every year it's a hand injury. It's a thumb.
Totally.
Yeah, I hear you on the Herbert hand injuries, but again, cry me a river. Cole, what's your next Chargers thought?
All right, so that leads me to this one, which we were already getting at, is who is Lad McConkey? I mean, we have a tale of two different guys over two different seasons. So I got some stats for you. And this question kind of goes along with Mike McDaniel again, going back to the first one. Like, McDaniel does a lot of movement before the ball is snapped and like very creative. I think it will help Lad a lot. And so like my gut is that Lad will be their number one receiver. I don't really get why they added Keenan Allen and all that. Like Lad was poised to go into this role. I was pissed the Patriots didn't draft him. They got him like 2 picks before the Pats in that draft.
Yeah.
And then after this year it was kind of like he was invisible. So yeah. He wasn't not in the top 25 in receptions, yards, or touchdowns this season, and he had 16 drops, one of the highest in the entire NFL. And he had 400 less yards this season than his rookie, and he played 16 out of 17 games. So it's like, wow, major decline from rookie season. Is that the play caller? And I think we'll see that at a lot of different teams, talking about OC. Like, Lions sucked because of their OC. Chiefs sucked because of their OC. Eagles sucked because of their OC. Like, did the Chargers get way better OC? Was that the issue? I mean, we're going to find out. Or was that a miss?
You know who Lad is? He's a 2-time fucking national champion. And maybe the next great slot receiver.
Maybe he couldn't make the jump to the league. I don't know. We'll see. No, I'm just kidding. I like Lad. I think he's gonna.
I'm the Lad guy.
When you look at, absolutely you are. But, I mean, the numbers are sharp. Like...
Yeah, I had him this year in 2 leagues. I felt that. I definitely think a lot of those drops came after the Herbert hand injury, where he was just so off target so much of the time. I think signing Keenan Allen took volume away from Lad. Lad was pretty reliable most of the year. There was a downfall. Mid-season, he was great.
Yeah, I think he's a great guy. I mean, when you put up over 1,000 yards in your rookie season, I don't think it's almost never a fluke.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that he can make the jump. It's just about, I think all the factors, the Keenan Allen of it all, and I think the OC of it all. I think that McDaniel can, if they can cook, they can cook. And I do honestly think, I agree, they could be the AFC West team that is, I think, a lock for the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they have as high of a floor as the Chiefs or the Broncos. I mean, high of a ceiling, but they have a higher floor.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have that defense locked down with Harbaugh. Like, they'll be fine. Yeah.
I'm penciling
I also think there will... Sorry,
no, you go.
I was just gonna say that I think that there are 3 AFC West teams in the playoffs next year, though. Okay. That's what my gut says.
I'm leaning that way, too. Yeah.
I'm penciling the Chargers in for 10 wins, like every single year.
All right, so let's... Yeah. No, you go. Let's talk about the team that is about to miss the playoffs in that division. The Raiders. I mean, here's the thing, though. They're the team that will miss, but in 2 years, 3 years, there's a world they're the best team in that division. Like, I love the way they're building this offseason. I'll start with that. Basically, my question is, now that they've gotten Crosby back, like, the roster is low-key ready for Mendoza. Like, is Mendoza ready for the roster he's about to receive? Because if he is, I do not envy anybody in that division. Like, the guys they have on paper on offense, and now with Crosby back in that lineup, they spent how many $100 million in the offseason? Like, reminded me a lot of what the Pats did. It was just like guy.
It reminded me a lot of what the Vikings did before JJ, actually. Like...
That's fair, too. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If Mendoza is JJ McCarthy, they spend a lot of money they shouldn't have. Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
So we'll see. That's my question there.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, the biggest pickup was like Linderbaum. Like, that is a great pickup. I mean, you look at... I think there was just so many holes in that offensive line. I mean, first and foremost, getting rid of Geno. First of all, trading him for any picks, a miracle. Huge. A miracle. Yeah. They are so lucky they got anything from that. I cannot believe that. But I think the best thing that has happened to them is Clint Kubiak. I think that a new head coach that can like build an identity with a young quarterback and like we'll see. It's all hinges on Mendoza, as you said. Like, is he league ready? Can he do it? I mean, but like, look at what he did against. I mean, that the Indiana run is one of the best stories in all of football
Yeah.
ever. I truly believe that. I mean, but is that Cignetti? So is it just Cignetti? Is it just college with an older roster? Or is it Mendoza? Does he actually have it in him? I think I'm going to be rooting for him regardless, which is crazy to say because
Yeah,
I
fuck
hate
the
Raiders.
Raiders. Fuck the Raiders.
I think I hate them more than any team in the division, honestly. The Chiefs have,
Really?
have risen in that a whole lot, but that's like the OG hatred is Raiders
Yeah.
Broncos, you know? And I think that, but I'm going to be rooting for Mendoza just because he's such a fun watch. He's such a
Yeah.
cool guy.
I like
So,
him too.
Do you think he's the guy, Dylan?
oh, dude, I don't. I really don't.
Wow.
But I think here's the thing. I think he's a good story, and they have to take him with the first overall pick. I don't think there's a better quarterback in the draft class, which is just this. I think he's
Oh
just
yeah.
a weak draft class. So I think that they need to take a chance on this great story. And Mendoza, I mean, the Hispanic community of the Raiders is huge. Like they're gonna rally behind this kid so heavy. Like I think it's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so awesome.
I do think he's the guy, and I just am like, we don't have room. There's just not enough wins to go around the AFC West. But
Well,
I,
and there it
yeah,
is. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I think
think, yeah.
if he's the guy, I think they're a this year kind of team, which is crazy. Like there's never been four
Gosh.
this year teams in a division. I don't think ever. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to remember. So
Which means we have a pretender. I think, which means that we have a pretender in there
yeah,
potentially. We'll
yeah.
see.
All right, you kind of led me to my next question, Dylan. Let me double check it. Oh yeah, is Clint Kubiak Ben Johnson or is he Josh McDaniels as a head coach? Like what? It's exciting, but it's also a first-time rookie head offensive-minded coach. Like it could go either way. It could be
I
a
think
mess. Yeah,
here's the thing. I mean, look at the Seahawks, man. Look at them this year. I
yeah,
think, I think you look at like these coaches. I do believe Sam Darnold has turned himself around in many ways, but I think you look at the two organizations that he was with before and who was coaching him, and the historically awful Jets and the historically awful Panthers that have had, some good years in the past 25 years, but not
yeah.
many. I think Clint's the man. I think he's the
Wow.
man. I think the Seahawks offense was insane this season. And I think that there was a lot of power in that defense, but it was just solid and it was tough. And I think you have, you already have an incredible running back. And then, I mean, I think the biggest question for me, honestly, is the wide receiver room. Is Trey Tucker the guy? Like, I know they picked up
Yeah,
Naylor. I mean, you're going to be going to Bowers, but like,
Bowers.
he was getting injured last year. He was getting really injured last year. He's going to get,
totally.
he's going to get beat up again. I think
That's
his
that's
health is a big
Brock.
thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just think that's where I'm more worried about is will it I think I don't know. I'm gonna trust him because I think that Seattle team was just so exciting this year, and he did so much good for that team and turned them into just a giant this year.
Totally.
My thing about Kubiak, if this is a division with four teams competing so closely, right? What's going to be the difference of the margins? Coaching. And you're still the fourth
Yeah,
best coach in that division, even if you're a good coach. Like, he just is. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
worry about Kubiak, but if it works, it's going to work fast.
Yeah,
I think this is they have to give it time. If this year's not the year, I think they have to accept that, and but they have to build an identity this year is the most important thing. And the players have to. I think there has to be like a connection with the coach. I feel like that's just going to be so important for them.
totally.
Yeah.
That's my thing. We are seeing a trend with defensive-minded culture coaches that seems to
Yeah.
be getting teams to the Super Bowl or close or revamping them and getting them close with Dan Campbell. Or like, I do think
Hmm.
maybe the young OC is kind of trending out. We'll see, but
Yeah.
10 different new coaches this year, so we're gonna get a
Fuck.
nice sample size of
It's
how
gonna
it
be
goes.
insane. It's
All
gonna
right,
be insane.
last thing I want to talk about with the Raiders here. Let's do a little Genty talk. The question is, can Genty actually be a top 3 running back in the league? I got some numbers for you. So he's drafted 6th overall. Expectation is that.
Huge.
Like, if
Yep.
you're running back, you're drafted that high. Like, you need to be that probably in year 2. Like,
Yep.
this is the due date here. He had the 7th most carries in the league and the 18th most yards. He had 3.6 yards a carry, 45th in the NFL. So nothing that elite. Here's the one stat that I got me being like, you know what? There's hope for Genti. 80% of his total yards came after contact.
Yeah.
So like there is no holes opening up for Genti.
No.
Basically every yard he got was after he already got hit. So like, can they create space for Genti? As much as protecting Mendoza is important, like cash in on your 6th overall pick from last year and like get Genti in the open field without a guy hitting him.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Emma.
I have two thoughts on this. I think Genti can be a top 5 running back, but I'm going to go the fantasy lens for a second. I will be avoiding Genti in drafts because you play 2 games against the Broncos, 2 games against the Chargers, 2 games against the Chiefs. You play the NFC West. That's the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Niners. We also play the AFC East. That's the Patriots. I just named 10 games that the run is going to be hard to come by. The Chiefs are, even when we're bad, we're going to stopping the run. Broncos can stop the run. Chargers, Patriots, all the NFC West teams. I just think if he is the guy, it'll be like, wow, he beat every expectation. It's not a gamble I'm going to take in fantasy because of the schedule. So I just think there's a lot working against him to be a top 5 running back.
I completely agree. I think that is, but I mean, there was clips I saw last year of just that O-line, and it was it was so sloppy. I think that was the biggest flaw in that team last year. It was so sloppy. So can Linderbaum, can he as a center, can he lead the charge? Can he, but you need really good guards. So, I mean, I think that they need that draft pick that because they're what did you say? They were the 6th pick or what? No,
they got Genti at 6. No,
okay,
no,
wait.
Yeah,
what are they?
They're taking Mendoza at 1.
Second or? Oh, they're one. They're one. Sorry,
but they have 33.
What's their second?
33.
I couldn't remember if they got right. Of course, they have number 1 for Mendoza. I feel like that's the thing. It's like the next pick. Their second pick has to be just a guard. Get a guard, get a young guy, and just like shore up the line. And then there will be holes for Genti, and because he can get after contact yards, like he is going to be there. So I don't think he's going to be top 5 next year at all, though.
Yeah.
Dylan, do you think Max Crosby's a Raider next year?
Oh, he said he's a Raider for life again. Like he said that like 50 times before
the trade.
Yeah.
Traded. Like it's just like.
I just think it would have happened by now, honestly.
I think they would have, but so it's just like, I guess, is he going to be healthy though? Like maybe he failed the physical, or they had worrying signs on the physical, whatever it was. So
I mean, do you think the Ravens did something dirty?
I don't know. I don't even think so, because I think if you fail a physical, you're owed your picks back. It is a little bit scammy, and then you get Hendrickson. I know they were trying to pair Hendrickson and Crosby, but it just feels weird. It does feel weird. The whole
I'm
situation.
like, I was listening to like one of the ESPN insiders. I forget who it was. It wasn't Schefter, but it was one of those people. They did a tweet about how like you actually don't fail a physical. Like that language isn't really used in the NFL. It's more like you are like you just get evaluated. You don't fail a physical. So,
but I guess they had signs that he wasn't going to be fit.
Well,
next year.
everyone knew about the knee surgery. I really think it's that they saw they could get Hendrickson and they just wanted their picks back. Like,
I honestly don't think like technically they didn't break a rule. I think the issue is the rules. Yeah, it's like, hey, open. Like, why do we have this legal tampering period? Like, try to explain it to your 2-year-old. You can't. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like, it should just be evaluate them before you make the trade. If you make the trade, it's official. Like, I don't see why that can't be the system.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine
what's the downside? Yeah.
Can you imagine? I wish it had stayed though, because can you imagine Crosby and Hendrickson? Holy hell!
Yeah,
that's
would have been
scary.
Sweet.
It's good.
They weren't pairing them though. Like with what money? I just think
with what money? That's where it is. Yeah,
they wouldn't have got Hendrickson. He'd be a Patriot right now.
Dylan, before we move on, did you draft any Genti or Bowers this last year in fantasy?
I did, and I mean, I was in 6 leagues last year. I had them I had Genty on 2 teams. I had Bowers on 1 team. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Genty had a couple good games. Genty, when he was scoring touchdowns, it was productive, but the yardage just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Bowers had like I think one like 30-point game or something, and then the rest was like sub 10 or like 15. Like it was pretty bad.
Bowers, he was hurt a little at the end of college. I think it's just going to be a thing. Genty is the reason I got that tie game in our league because Genty and
Oh
Ladd
my
were,
God.
yeah, they
That's
were,
right. That's right.
Forgot about that.
That was ridiculous.
Crazy.
and they stopped using him.
The first tie I've ever seen.
If he had just fell forward one more yard, I would have lost. Like,
That was crazy. That was
a miracle. Yeah, was that a Monday night miracle even?
yes, and then I went to win our league. Like,
Yeah.
Genty not having one extra yard won
Wild.
me our league.
I think probably that was the tightest playoff race also I've ever seen. Like the fact that Charlie got screwed the way she did
Oh,
at
yeah.
every turn at the end. Oh, it was. I was like, Charlie, this is normal. Like this is you're gonna win games, and then she just didn't.
Yeah.
The total goal, especially, it was like
It's tough.
Terrible.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
Poor Charlie.
Are you feeling wrapped up on the Raiders?
Yeah.
I think
Great.
so.
Let's move on.
Get your tissues.
Ooh,
Yeah, let's move on, boys.
I'm ready.
Okay, that was definitely enough Chargers and Raiders talk. Plenty of Chargers and Raiders talk. We're going to go first in the section we actually care about with, the 7-time AFC Championship appearance, 5 Super Bowl appearances, 3 rings, best 6-wing team of your lifetime, and we'll let the defending AFC West champs end it out for us, okay? Since, you don't get to hold on to that title for much longer, so you might as well enjoy it.
Just to say,
I've got 2 big questions and 3 little tiny ones. My first big question, and I'll say them both together. First big question is, was last year a fluke? Was it really, just the year from hell? And the other big question is Mahomes' injury, right? So to Mahomes' injury, I believe he will play week 1. And my view on the fluke year, which I've been pretty outspoken about this, I think that it was the biggest Super Bowl slump we've ever seen. Seeing people go to 3 Super Bowls in a row, a lot of those guys only knew going to Super Bowls. So there's also a little, well, this is just what we do, energy. And everyone was tired. I think it was a mix of tired and energy, and just you can watch Chiefs games. There's some really good film there. Then it's just the margins, small margins of error. So I do think last year's a fluke, and I think Mahomes will play week 1. So before I get to my little questions, I'll put that out there.
You start, Dylan.
I think I can see arguments for both sides, but I'm gonna go with the opinion of last year wasn't a fluke. I think what you said is true. I think that there's a lot of exhaustion there from, years of success and playing way more than 17 games. And I think that leads to a lot of things. And I think it's important to note just the regression pre-injury in the Chiefs in the first couple of weeks, and looking at that as a key to maybe there's a loss of identity. Maybe there's too many pieces that have gone. And maybe this new era is of the Chiefs and some of their picks aren't actually what we thought they were. And I think I agree Mahomes will play week 1, and I think you made some great pickups. But I think last year wasn't a fluke.
Breaking news, Chiefs just signed Amari DiMercado.
Pair with Kenneth Walker.
I think that's smart. It was a cheap 1-year deal.
So
that.
is Hunt gone too?
No, I mean,
I
maybe
imagine
Hunt
we're keeping
still.
Kareem Hunt as a late signing. Just
ruined Kenneth Walker's fantasy value. 3 room back. Oh no.
So, I mean, I think for health though, I think that's the biggest plus for you guys this year.
Yeah.
Is the running game is going to be up. Pacheco was out a bunch last year also.
Our running game, we just didn't have a real true workhorse running back, and we have guards who want to be run blockers. So that's even more frustrating. Like, all of our guards were, like, tweeting out after we signed Kenneth Walker, like, can't wait to block for you. Like, I think that they're eager to run the ball, and I think bringing Bieniemy back will lead to us running the ball. He was the run game coordinator at the Bears this past year, and then he was ROC for the first 2 Super Bowl wins. So I think that that's a great combination. I think that, like, last year's Chiefs team was a fluke in the sense that, like, a lot of it was, like, emotional and tiredness. I mean, I definitely think there's that needs to be fixed, though. I don't necessarily say fluke is like we're not going to fix anything. I do think it was like a perfect storm of everything. And I will say that I had no one believes me on this. I had some more fun watching Chiefs games this past year than I did in 2024 because I felt like our offense started to come back. You know, there was a solid month where we were leading the league in offensive categories, even in some losses. So, like, I kind of almost enjoyed some of the games more than, like, watching us win the Toegate game with Isaiah Likely or, like, you know, the, like, the doink kick in. Like, I enjoyed our wins a lot more this season. Like, to me, it was, like, high highs for me as a fan and then, like, super low lows. But there were some moments where I was like, this feels better than last year, so.
I think my one thing with it being a fluke, or was it like just one-time thing, I feel like Chiefs kind of escaped this major schedule talk. A lot of teams getting it, whether it's not just the Patriots, Broncos too, like playoff schedules, all the quarterbacks weren't good. Like, I just think schedule gets brought up a lot, and what's tough for me is your schedule's not changing, and like you weren't like you lost to every good team you saw.
And I disagree with that. I do. I think the Lions and Ravens and Colts were 3 huge wins.
But like we beat the Bengals, the Bucks, and the Ravens, all supposed to be playoff teams, but like they weren't, and that they're in our list of
but I'm not
non-playoff teams that we beat.
This is not the AFC East episode. I don't really care.
But it's the same thing. Like, I do think it relates. Like,
at the time, Colts Chiefs was the biggest game of the month. At the time.
That was,
yes.
And then after being 8-1, they ended up 8-9 or what?
Right. Yeah, but like,
so that's what I mean.
We
thought those teams were good.
I just feel like you've done this all week. You're bullying me for the internet bullying the Patriots. Like, I'm talking my division. I will go down swinging that the Colts was a huge win, the Ravens was a huge win, the Lions. Every single person thought I was crazy when I said we are going to blow out the Lions. And then what did we do? We blew out the Lions. Like, that was a huge game at the time. And like, yeah, it didn't end up being a huge game, but September and October football, you don't know what's going to be a huge game. And like, I think the Lions and Ravens are better than some teams who made the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are better than some teams who made the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are better than the Panthers. I don't think that's crazy to say. Like, I will say that I don't love the narrative that we didn't beat any good teams. We didn't beat any playoff teams. Those are 2 separate things.
I guess that's my point, is you guys get credit for beating this for whatever reason. Like, you guys are given credit for beating non-playoff teams, and I don't feel like any other team was. Like,
we also lost a lot.
I think Mahomes was healthy for every playoff team Mahomes suited up against. He lost to this year, which does make you nervous. Like,
he also left the field with the lead most games, and then the defense collapsed.
Sure.
So,
I agree with Cole, and I think that like that. I think about that Dallas game. Like, Dallas was handled by better teams very effectively. He was great, yes, but then we got to bring up the defense. That defense is not what it used to be, and that's my biggest thing about how this wasn't a fluke of a season. I think there was just defensive holes, and I think there was lots of offensive issues also, but it came down a lot of the time. Like, look at that Jacksonville game also. You can't defend against Trevor Lawrence. Like,
that was a defensive disaster.
You're not the guy we thought Trevor Lawrence could be. And so I think that's, for me, why I feel the most like it wasn't a fluke. I think that Chiefs defense is just not the beast that it used to be.
Well, yeah,
it's more of a question mark.
Let's talk about the defense, because that's my first 2 things. Because obviously the McDuffie trade. Dylan, what are your thoughts on the McDuffie trade off the cusp?
Ooh, I like it for the Rams a lot.
We got a first, a third.
I like it for the Chiefs. I like it more for the Rams in the now. That's a trade to win the league. The Rams are a good defense away from the Super Bowl. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think the Seahawks ran that division because of their defense. But you look at the two games they played, or what, the three
Yeah.
games they played against each other, and they were close because it was an offensive shootout. But who could make the stops? It was always the Seahawks and great special teams from their punter and kicker. Like that's where it came down to me. And I think McDuffie is a super solid piece. I
Yeah.
loved him for you guys. And like I think you're right. The picks, huge. But for me, that's more of a signal that, wow, maybe the Chiefs are in a rebuilding phase.
See, I felt like we started the rebuild last year without people realizing it. Like, I felt like our draft class from this past year is going to really come on. Here's the thing. You know how you stay a dynasty? You don't pay a slot corner the top of the market. That's how you stay a dynasty.
Sure.
I like Trent McDuffie. I think the Rams already have a slot corner. They're going to put Trent McDuffie on the outside. I don't think it's going to go completely well for them, to be honest, because they already have a nickel corner.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the way you stay a dynasty is you don't pay a slot corner at the top of the market. Our whole secondary is basically gone.
I'd pay this guy at top of the market.
That's not
all
a
I'm
slot
saying.
corner.
He's not a slot corner, but he's the best cornerback in the league.
He is, and I would pay him top of the market, but I'm
That's
not going to
fair.
pay a slot corner
Slot
top of the
corner.
market.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I think I think I'm very curious. I'm excited for the Rams because of that pick.
Everyone knows I love the Rams. I love Stafford. If they would be my NFC team if I wasn't engaged to a Bears fan. I love the Rams, but I do think they're banking on Stafford having another miracle season at 38 with that McDuffie trade. I also thought we would get like maybe a first and something else, or like a second and a couple things. Getting a first, a third, a fifth, and a sixth is like huge. So I think we won the McDuffie trade. I'm not happy that we basically lost our entire secondary. But we also watched that secondary get exposed this year. You're right. Our defense was a disaster. We went from leading the league in getting people off the field in third and longs to leading the league in teams converting third and long. Like our secondary is a disaster. I'm okay with changing of the guard. So we've signed a safety who I think he's a slam dunk. He was a defensive player of the week a couple times last year for the Ravens. I think he's a slam dunk. We signed a corner today from the Dolphins who didn't play last year off of an injury. That's more of a question mark. We have 2 corners left besides him, so we have a few. I definitely think we got to draft a corner for sure. We got to draft a corner. But yeah, I mean, that was one of my questions was the secondary. It's like, but it's a new group of guys. There's only, I think Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and George Karlaftis are our only returners on the defense, like notably.
So I tend to agree with you with Emma on the trade. I think Chiefs won that trade. I'm fine with not paying McDuffie. Sure. I think Rams. It's a long season for an old quarterback. I think Rams going to be a little less close than they maybe think they're going to be, and maybe they're not as win now as they maybe hope to be. But I mean, I don't hate it. Like he's a great player, I think. And on the Chiefs defense, I mean, I do blame that. That's part of the worry for it wasn't a fluke year. Is like it wasn't really on Mahomes. Like Mahomes can only be that or a little bit better. Like he was pretty solid.
He can be better.
100%.
He can be better, but he was
He can
solid.
be better.
He was solid he was back to himself for a lot of the year. But yeah, continue.
Totally. He showed flashes and I'm not going to ask him to be way better than he was last year coming off an injury. So if the defense doesn't get fixed, it might look a lot similar, which brings me to is the secondary better now or is it just different? I don't know. It does feel like if they it depends what you draft, but I think today on paper, the Chiefs defense is worse than it was at the start of last season.
I think we got better at safety. I don't even think that's negotiable. I think but we got worse at corner. I believe in Noel Williams, who we drafted last year. I hate PFF, but I will forever keep saying that he was the highest graded corner on PFF when he played. So I thought he was a great draft pick for us. I wish we played him more. I believe in Noel Williams. Sure. I believe in the safety we just signed. So to me, a few more things, but I don't think the secondary is good today. I think we have the potential to be good, and that comes from belief in Noel Williams. I am more concerned about the D-line. That was my last question, really, was edge. We have to find, and I think the plan has to be, in the draft. I don't know if we have the money to like sign an edge. Our D tackle, our like interior of the D line is great. We just picked up the guy from the Patriots. We got Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Omar Norman-Lott. We got a good core. We just need that one like explosive can rush for guy, you know? So to me, the secondary is less of a concern if we can get that guy to force people to throw into tight windows. And I think the answer is David Bailey or Ruben Bain. I think, and I don't love Ruben Bain's arm length, so I want the Chiefs to take the 29th pick they got from the Rams and use the 9th pick and trade up to 4 and go get David Bailey. So
yeah, I like that.
I like that. I mean, I think the plan for you guys has to be, like turn your bit of draft capital into a higher draft pick, or just turn it all into really solid, edge. Like just get the D-line solid and have them young and get some depth there. And of course, shore up the secondary. But I agree. I think that's a great idea. I think that just, it's just, I don't know who you guys can pick up on the market again with the money you have, as you said. It's just like you're already paying so much for. I mean, you got Mahomes and now you got Kenneth Walker. You got Kelsey in his last year. I mean, he's not on a whole lot, but like you got cap that I don't know how much cap do you really have to go around.
We had about 25 mil left this morning. We signed a corner and Amari DiMercado. So I imagine we still have at least 10 to 15.
I do want to get your Kelsey take. What do you think of him coming back?
I think he can't stand Taylor Swift. I think he has to get out of the house. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's not going to be great. I don't know. I think Kelsey had such an insane run, and I think last year maybe it was because of all the other issues we've mentioned, but I don't see him as a top 10 tight end for sure. And
well, then you're not looking at numbers.
I tend to agree with you, Dylan. I think it could be nightmarish.
Here's my thing about Kelsey. I think he had some really low lows last year, but he still finished the top 3 in every statistical category. And like, you know what? He can't be our number one option. And last year he was forced to be because of Rasheed and then the Worthy injury. Like, I think he's great. I want us to draft a tight end in the mid-round and him mentor that guy. Like, I want us to focus more on the run game and the wide receiver game, and then like let Kelsey have 3 to 4, maybe 5 catches a game, right? That's sort of how I see Kelsey's role. And I think he was paid to reflect that. 12 million is really low for a tight end of his caliber. I mean, like there's guys who he's way better than right now on this day making 15, 16 million.
Sure.
My question for you as an outside person, do you think the Chiefs need another weapon? If Rasheed's not suspended, so if our offense is Mahomes, Kelsey, Rasheed, Worthy, Jalen Royals, and Kenneth Walker, do we need another weapon?
I hear there's this great kid. He played for the Dolphins. I think his name is Tyreek Hill. You know, he would be a great piece for this.
I like him there. I love him going back.
I actually think, jokes aside, I actually would be intrigued by a Tyreek reunion.
It would be sweet. Yeah.
It would be kind of cool. And I mean, Tyreek's not the guy he used to be, but I think another weapon is what you guys need at the end of the day. Especially, I mean, I like Rasheed, I like Worthy, but I don't know. I think you need one more just dog in there. And like I like the running back room now, especially with DiMercado. I think he's solid. I mean, he had that insanely bad fumble before the goal line this year, but that's just one of those tough moments in football. But
my take is that so we fired our wide receivers coach because there's lots of shit coming out about him. We don't have to get into all of it, but basically like he wasn't like developing guys' route trees and he was putting them into and Kelsey was really coaching the wide receivers. All this shit came out about it. My take is we drafted Jalen Royals this past year. We drafted Xavier Worthy the year before. We drafted Rashee Rice a year or two before that. I don't want us to draft another wide receiver if we're not actually developing them. Like, let's just we got this new coach, Connor Embry. He's from the Patriots dynasty. He coached Wes Welker and Julian Edelman, all those guys. Like, maybe let's try to develop our wide receivers before we like make a huge leap about them. I just think we can't spend any more draft resources if we're not developing them well. So
yeah. No, I agree. So then you, with your first pick, who are you taking this year? If you can't trade up, let's say you guys just take your pick as is. I guess that's my question for
I
you.
bet
Who are you?
I think Reuben Bain Jr. will be there at 9.
That's solid then. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine we end up. I think we're planning on getting an edge at 9. I also
Sure.
would be okay if maybe we go like a Caleb Downs or a corner at 9, and then we go for like Zion Young out of Mizzou at the back of the first round, like something like that. We have to leave. We have 3 picks in the top 40. One of those players has to be an edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Shore up the defense.
Dylan, let's get it over to your team, who all they know is defense. I mean, like, let's go, all right? Like, when you don't have Mahomes, you got to have that strong
Oy.
defense. See, some guys wear their quarterback's jersey, and some guys wear their cornerback's jersey. I'm just gonna put that out there.
There's something about the defense, the Broncos defense, it is a legendary thing. Being there in the Von Miller days, I mean, and then before that, you got the Champ Bailey days. Like, it's just like there's a thing about Denver and defense that I just love. That's what I love about this team.
Wow.
Always is like when they're defensively strong, it's so fun. And Sertan is that. Yeah, I mean, I'll start with
Yeah, hit it.
Flexing last year was just so fun. I mean, we were the number 2 total defense. Like, we were the number 7 passing defense, our biggest flaw for sure. Number 2 rushing defense. We were the number 3 scoring defense. I think that we were the number 1 red zone defense. I think that this is the thing is if we can win next year, it's going to be once again on the defense. And I guess that leads into my first question is, we lose Dre Greenlaw and Franklin Myers right away and PJ Locke in free agency. Will we be able to be the dominant defense next year that we were this past year, that we've been for the past few years? I mean, I love that we kept Singleton. I think we kept some really solid pieces. I trust Riley Moss. I trust Sertan. I think we have a great, our new corner out of Texas. He's great. I think that there's lots of good pieces, but I guess that's my question. Do we think that we can be the same top 3 defense that we've been?
I actually think Cole agrees with me on this one. I have no concerns about your defense. I don't care who you lost. You still have that line. You still have Sertan. I have literally. I don't think. I actually think it would be criminal to blame any failures on your defense. But
sure,
I don't want to speak for Cole. I assume you agree with me on that.
No, I agree. I'm not worried about the defense. I think you guys will be great. Like, I don't know.
I just worry. I think here's my thing. I think that with the strength of offense that we are going up against our opponents next year, it's going to be
we got a tough schedule. We got a tough
dog
schedule.
Schedule is the most important thing to talk about. That's the main thing to look at for every team is strength of schedule.
I mean, 100%, especially when it comes to the Patriots and the Eagles.
Yeah, it should be talked about a lot more than.
I mean,
no,
I actually think schedule does matter, and I think
it's number 1.
I don't think it's number 1. I do think being in the AFC West, AFC West plays the NFC West next year. That's brutal.
That's mean. Yeah.
2 of the top divisions in football. I think the top 2 interchangeable at the best, especially
the league knows what it's doing. Let's say that.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be electric. And like I think that I hope that you're right. I just worry because there were some games, especially at the end of the season. I mean, for me, the Washington game is a really big blight on the defense. There was a lot of moments where I do question, like, if Sertan is off the field, which he was, and those were the games we struggled the most, when Riley Moss is the number 1 cornerback and he's getting the most targets, dude, I love him, but he's not the number 1 guy for us, and that's where I do worry for them. But I agree. I think that we're still fucking dogs.
So your talking point is just Sertan has to be healthy. That's
Sertan. I mean, no. I mean, straight up though, that is. I mean, it's huge. It's
same
huge.
thing with Christian Gonzalez. Like if your top dog goes out, you're fucked. Yeah.
Gonzo Gonzo Island, baby. He talked about great cornerback play. Like trust me, I hate the Patriots with my whole heart. But like,
I mean, it's those 2 at the top of the league.
Yes.
Sertan and Gonzo.
100%.
100%, dude. And so I guess I'll lead us into my next question then, kind of with what you said, Emma. are we? Was this a fluke of a year?
Yeah.
Was this just the perfect storm?
Yeah.
Was this 14-3 with some two questionable losses, one bad loss? But like, are we a Super Bowl contender? Like, I think you can argue this for a while, but I mean, we're a Bo Nix away from the Super Bowl in my eyes. And we can get into this if we want to, Cole, but I truly
No,
believe
yeah.
that.
Yes.
And I think that
I believe in my full heart if Bo Nix was there, you would have beaten the Patriots. I believe that with my
and
full
I
heart.
mean,
I do not believe that at all. But okay.
it would have been a tight game, but I think how tight it was already with my boy Stiddy in there, who was not steady. I loved him, but he was not steady. I think, yeah. I mean, and you can say what you will about the Bills game, but Bo Nix played his
that
ass
game I
off.
give him credit for.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
100%.
might be the best game of his career. How fucking mad were you when Sean Payton didn't kick the field goal in the Patriots game?
Oh, I was beside myself. I was backstage watching this. I was literally like, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious?"
That was game. It was game.
As they were lining it up, and if you go back to that, it's that, and then there's the missed field goal at halftime, and then
Game.
there's the two misses in the second. I mean, it's just the field goals were the deciding factor in that game. And I love a snow game, but I hated that one. That one was tough.
Yeah.
It was gross.
That
And
was ugly by the end. Nobody enjoyed that.
Yeah, bad
Like,
broadcast.
So
Yeah.
I guess like that's my thing is like we led the league in drops. We had a schedule that was maybe favorable. We had some incredible moments, some incredible comebacks, some incredible defensive play, some incredible offensive play. But I think as a whole, we did look a little shaky at times. So will we be a 10-win team, or will we be fighting? Will we be fighting to be above 500 after 8 weeks? I think I'm unsure about it, and I feel more afraid now after what our free agency was or
Yeah, you
has
guys-
been so far.
I just pulled it up. You guys got $18 million. You're not doing anything.
$18 million, and all we've done is re-sign second stringers. We signed Ellinger, we've signed Troutman,
Yeah.
we've signed Lil
J.K.
Jordan Humphrey,
Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins is a great. I love that. I was really hopeful for Kenneth Walker. I'll be honest, I was really hopeful, and I can't even look at you.
We didn't talk much Ken Walker, honestly.
I think
mean-
we gotta get back to the Ken Walker for a sec, because what a pickup for you guys. What a pickup. I mean, I can't believe
Good
Seattle's
deal,
wasn't there.
too. Good deal.
Great deal. How are you letting an MVP, a Super Bowl MVP go?
Yeah. My
It's-
one
it's-
thing is, like, you never love it's not hungry Saquon going to a new
Yeah.
team. I do like there is a potential like he got his ring, he got MVP, and he
Y'all-
got his bag. Like
you guys have
if his
never-
back is sore, is he gonna be playing?
No, you guys have never watched an Eric Bieniemy training camp montage. I'm telling you, that guy's a fucking dick. You're not slacking. If he doesn't want to play, fine. We're gonna make Amari DiMercado get a bunch of touches. Like,
Totally. I think Ken Walker, like, I love that the Chiefs got a running back. I
me
think Ken
too.
Walker isn't, like, I think it's the headline it is because he won Super Bowl MVP, but, like,
Yeah.
he was
a lot
the
of that was
best.
because Charbonnet's hurt. They wanted Charbonnet over Walker towards the end of the
He
season.
was the
Charbonnet
best-
was, yep, agreed.
Like, I do think if
Walker
That's
was-
why he left, I think, partially.
Yeah.
Walker was still the best free agent running back available. Chiefs went out and said, we need to get
Yes.
better in the run game. We're not going to draft a rookie and
Yeah.
pay him top of the market at a not
That's fair,
top
yeah.
position. Let's go get the best running back available. Like, maybe
Yeah, I agree.
he's not Saquon or Gibbs or CMC,
Right.
but he was the best running back available. Also, with Mahomes, you don't need Saquon or CMC, but you do need something. I mean, we had nothing.
Oh, totally. It's an upgrade, and I like it. But like, I
Yeah.
do think I feel like we had a conversation before it happened, even when it was like you rather. I know we did. You said
Yeah.
you'd rather Rico over.
I
him
wanted
because you were like,
ETN. I wanted ETN.
yeah, or ETN, and I
ETN
think
or Rico Detto. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be buying a 9 jersey. Let's be clear.
Yeah, that's fair.
For
yeah.
sure. What a dude. What a guy
Yeah.
to have on your
You
team.
gotta help them so much. Exciting to see Mahomes with a
People
good
are
running
gonna
back.
defend
Yes.
us differently. I'll open up the pass game.
100%.
Dylan, do you have
Yeah.
any more? I have a few Broncos things I want to lay on you, but I want to make sure you got your stuff out.
I think
I do
I have
too,
one
actually.
more thing.
Okay, go.
So I guess we'll go back to the free agency. I just
Yeah.
want to touch on it real quick. I mean, we still haven't touched it. We got 18 million. I would like to throw out some ideas. We had the most drops again in the league. Our wide receiver team is rough. Do we go after Tyreek? Ayuk is released. Do we go for? I mean, I think Pickens
Not
is still a
Ayuk.
free agent. Is Pickens
They
a free
tagged
agent?
him.
He's
right?
tagged.
Oh no, they tagged him. I forgot. Okay, So that's my thing. It's like, do we go for like, I mean, the only guy then is like Tyreek, but I don't even know if I want Tyreek.
He might
I
not
just
be
don't
healthy.
trust,
We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't trust this wide receiver
Why
room.
not
So it's like,
AJ?
AJ.
okay, and that's a good point because, but I just the attitude. That's where I get a little
Yeah.
worried because what I love about our wide receiver
Yeah.
team right now is Sutton is just such a humble, like homegrown wide receiver. We love him. He's our number one guy, and it's just will Troy Franklin step up? Will he be the guy?
Do you have that
okay.
there ready? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And with us, like I mean, do we make a splash and make our defense better? Do we get a Bosa or somebody like
Yeah.
that where we can
You're-
boost the defense even more? Like.
My take is do not spend any more on defense. If you think Bo Nix is the guy, which we'll get to, go out and get a wide receiver 1. Would you give a first and a third for AJ Brown?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I think we already have. I think I'm worried already with the next 2-3 year period,
Yeah.
and I'm worried that if we give up too many draft picks for an older player, that we're potentially really going to be in a struggling position and potentially a bad period, a bad stretch for 6 to 8 years. I mean, shit. The reason I'm boosting, I'm so like just crazy about Bo and just like I'm so proud to be a Broncos fan again because it's been 10 years of pain.
Yeah.
Which like granted like Cole gets it and like
I feel so
Emma,
similar, bro. Yeah.
Chiefs were bad for a very long time and like that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like. I know the Broncos when they're bad, it's tough, and like because I feel like we're just one of those organizations. Like it's just like the NFL is so fun when we're good,
Yeah.
and so I just worry that giving up too many draft picks, it could be bad in the end. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's
yeah.
worth the first and the third, but that's apparently what Howie's looking for.
I'm giving him.
okay, let my
If you want to talk Pats, I'm
Yeah.
giving him first and a third right now for the Patriots. 100% done. Word is they didn't accept that. Like that's
Wow.
reported that we offered that and they didn't. Like I would still do it today after signing Romeo Doubs. I just think we had a lot of picks last year. We have a lot of picks again this year. At some even if you hit all your guys, you can't pay them all at once. So like
Yeah.
let's use
Yeah.
2 this
Yeah.
year. Save our first for next year and let's get AJ Brown.
Okay, Dylan, I have a question for
yeah,
you.
lay it on me.
So let's wrap up this next section with a few Broncos hot topics. So, do you think if the Broncos thought Bo was 100% healthy and good, they would be spending money in free agency right now? Like, is the Bo Nix injury a factor in how they're approaching this offseason? Like, here's my thing. I mean, I'm speaking with a quarterback who's a torn ACL, but the Chiefs' messaging has been Mahomes, Reed, Trainer, Veach, all saying the same thing. I thought the way Peyton and Bo, that whole injury thing went down was really sus.
I think that the not splashing in free agency in a way is a testament to like yes we to the fact that we were a 14 win team. I mean look at the teams that haven't picked up anyone.
Yeah.
We were the 1 seed in the league and like that's the thing. It's like look at the Jaguars haven't picked up anyone. The Seahawks haven't picked up anyone. These are the teams that were in the top 8 teams, the top 5 teams even. Jaguars fringe top 5 and like. I think we're biding our time more than anything. I don't think the Peyton Nix thing. I think if anything, it's like he's being a hard coach for Bo, and I think it's turned out very well so far in many ways. Even though I'm willing to give Peyton a couple more years, but I'm still not. I still am not loving it, and like. I don't like the disrespect to Russ all that went down. Like, I
that
still
was
respect
shitty.
Russ so much. I think that's just a shitty thing, and like I think Peyton's just kind of not like just not my favorite guy. But I think he's bringing out the best in Bo, and I think that right now the not splashing is believing that our young core of receivers and how incredibly good our O line is, top 5 in the league for sure, top 3 even, probably number 1. Yeah, 100%. Miners like 100%.
You
like,
were the Bills.
I was gonna say. Like maybe Bills, maybe like someone else, but we are just dominant. We have every piece.
Not
Eagles,
anymore.
there we go.
Not
yeah, so
anymore.
Well, last year,
Well,
2025, I think it was Broncos and Eagles tied at 1.
that
on
sounds
the end
right.
of the
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
So I think it's just a sign that we're biding our time. But they
that's
said
fair.
that we were going to splash in free agency though. So I'm as confused as you guys why we haven't made a single move and we've lost key pieces.
So, I mean, I guess that's my Broncos take is like we talked about the defense. Like, wow, you had that and you had the number 1 O line. Like,
Yeah.
and it worked out at the same time, like, through a lot of that, like, I remember watching Week 10, Thursday Night Football, you versus the Raiders.
I bet that game.
And because Emma was so down on you guys from so early on because she's a
Yeah,
Broncos hater, rightfully
of course,
so. And
of
so I
course.
was always kind of like, I don't know if they're really that bad, Emma, like as you say. And I watched that game, I texted her, and I was like, this
You're
is one of the
right.
worst offenses I've ever seen. But
Terrible. Yeah.
but they weren't that all the time. But I do think like for their floor to be that when you have the best O-line and one of the best defenses, like scares me for Knicks a little bit.
Yes.
Agreed. I don't think I don't I look at those games though, and I look at the way that Knicks plays, and like I mean, give some credit to like some of the Raiders defense. Honestly, that game they played their asses off. I mean, there was some
Sure. Oh
great
yeah.
defensive play on both
Raiders
sides.
beat us too. Yeah, I get it.
There we
Yeah,
go.
the
Yeah, like
Raiders are
Raiders are the
spunky.
reason you weren't the number one seed, and like
Exactly.
and like Raiders were spunky and like had weird games last season. I think that that was one of those games where also it's Peyton. I go back to Peyton, and you look at the way that like we played the Chargers at the end of the season, where like Herbert's out. There's like, but like we're playing the most guarded football you've ever seen, and I'm like, okay. Sean Payton's playing like
Sure.
fucking 3D chess, trying to like save the playbook to like for
Yeah.
like the playoffs. But like
Yeah.
that's just like that's there's no point. And
Yeah.
I look at those games and that's why I'm like, were we a fluke? Like were we as scheduled merchants also alongside the Patriots? The
Yes
biggest
or
scheduled
Sure.
yes or
Yeah,
no?
sure.
Is your offense better next year?
So far, no. There's
Okay.
no way we're better. I think that we're the same because I think well it's let's look at Bo again. If Bo is better every year, we're talking
You're better. Yeah.
MVP soon. Like
What
but
is
that's just the thing.
Have you heard info on like where's the injury at? Do we know? Like is he walking?
I
Is he training? Is
I'm
it a
assuming
bone?
so. I mean,
It's
what I
all just
remember,
bone?
it was a fracture. I think it was just a
Yeah.
simple fracture. I don't think there was anything
Okay.
bigger than that. And you remember there
Okay.
was the miscommunication.
That's what
And
that's
but
what I didn't like.
that was what was confusing because what it was Peyton saying that it sounded like there was a pre-existing
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and then Bo Nix coming out and be like, "No, just fractured my ankle," and you saw it on the kneel down play. That's probably or it was the play before the slide, I think maybe.
Yes.
And I think you look back at that and you're like, that I can totally get how that was the injury
Right.
on
And there was
that
some
play.
reporting that it was inevitable. Like they
Yeah.
knew it was gonna happen at some point.
Inevitable. I don't get that. I think it's Sean Payton talking out of his ass, man. I don't
Man,
think
I hate
it's him
I
trying
lo- I hate
That's
Sean
valid.
Payton, bro. I hate Sean Payton so much. And I know and you're
yeah.
um
Am I a fan of him? I'm not a fan of him. I'm a Broncos fan, and I think there are moments where I cannot get behind him. And most of my issues I had with the team this season was like Sean Payton. If you throw one more screen pass, I'm gonna have to
Fucking kill myself. Yeah.
Like I can't watch this.
That's like Matt Nagy. I get it. We got a couple minutes left, so let's wrap up with AFC West finishing order predictions.
Oh.
Dylan, you go first, buddy. Cole, we'll end with you. Yours is the
Okay.
least biased.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we know who's going to be the first for both Em and I, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be one of the most interesting years of the AFC West ever.
I
I
agree.
think the Broncos will be number one, and I think that they will have 12 wins. I think they will be 12-5. I think that the Chiefs will be right behind, actually. I think they will be 11-6, and I think Chargers in third, tied with the Chiefs. It's going to be literally one game separating the
Yeah.
season, and it's going to be tie breaks. And it's going to be the like Chargers losing to the Raiders. Raiders will be in last. Raiders will be like, I want to be optimistic. I'm going to
4
give them
wins.
like 8 wins. No. I like want 7 or 8 wins for this team. I think there's a chance that it all clicks and they just are a totally middle of the line team playing on the worst record schedule.
Yeah.
I think So Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, and the top 3 all getting to the playoffs.
Wow, you were so nice. Now I'm going to be mean. I think Chiefs are winning the division with 13 wins. I think the if someone who doesn't win it that's Chiefs, I think it's the Chargers. I think the Chargers
Sure,
Chiefs are going to be some combination of 1-2. I think the Broncos are the 3 seed. Right now, I keep going back and forth about this. Right now, I think all 3 make the playoffs, and only one team from the AFC North does, or 2. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Or 2
Sure.
teams
The
get to,
division
maybe.
winners, yeah.
Yeah, 2 teams from the AFC North. Just not... Oh, actually, no. 2 teams from the AFC West. No, 3 teams from the AFC West, 2 teams from the AFC East. That's... Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. It is tough. I do not know what to do with the Chiefs, I think is my issue. I think they clearly have the biggest chance to be like like another nightmare season. I think that's on the board out of Broncos or Chargers.
Just
I
give
think,
it to us, Cole.
but at the same time, I think it's either gonna be like Mahomes isn't as healthy as we thought. It's the worst season of his career, and like Chiefs didn't improve that much, and they're just right around the Raiders, or Mahomes is back with a vengeance. And like the only reason I believe in a 6-win team that their quarterback tore his ACL is because of Mahomes. And like, so I really don't know what to do with them. And I think it's hard to decide until
Cole's
closer
going to
and
go
we know
Chargers.
more.
Cole's going to go Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers
100%.
winning it. Broncos 2, Chiefs 3, Raiders last. But I
At
think
least we all agree on that.
I think at the
Raiders
same
last.
time, I think all 3 make the playoffs, and Chiefs are the scariest playoff team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if
I
we're a
think
wild
that's
card,
true.
it's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Dylan, I just have to say thank you so much for coming on,
dude.
bro.
Thanks
we
for
love
having
you.
me, guys.
No one else
This
you want to
was
talk
fun.
AFC West with besides you. You're definitely going to be a recurring guest. Like,
Oh,
be a
I
hell
can't
of a
wait
year.
to be on again. Guys, I love chatting sports. I love chatting football with you guys. This was fun. And go Broncos. We're winning it all
Chiefs.
next year.
Go
Peace.
Pats, baby. Good to see you.
have a good
See
night.
you guys.